This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. Today we are going to be making 2 soaps in our new charcuterie collection launching March 7th of this year. If you don't spend a lot of time on social media, you may not have noticed that charcuterie as a theme is a trending topic. My Pinterest feed is littered with photos of Italian summers and charcuterie items. I continue to see artists creating charcuterie themed things, including polymer clay charms, and even slime. Big box retailers like World Market are definitely catching on. And for those of us nostalgic for our mother's Tuscan kitchens in the 2000s, this year is gonna be your year. The first soap that we're making is Mediterranean Fig. This is a best-selling fragrance here at Royalty Soaps. And I've included 2 special additives. One of them is olive oil pomace. This creates a slightly harder soap and provides moisturizing properties to the bar. And French green clay, which has a lot of amazing benefits, including helping control excess oil on the skin. So without further ado, let's make and cut Mediterranean Fig. We have had this fragrance at Royalty Soaps for years, and it is a fan favorite. I have made a couple of different soaps with this fragrance, but I believe they have all been frosted soaps. So this is our first artisan one. I'm gonna start by blending it up. Everything is nice and blended now, so we can pour off our accent color. This is going to be a green color, like on the inside of a fig, kind of around the edges. And now we can work with our base layer. This is going to be a beautiful, rich purple. We're also going to add a little bit of olive oil pomace and French green clay. I'm going to add the rest of that to the other layer. Scrape that out. Pour in our purple. This is a custom blend of 3 different colors. I'm really pleased with it. And I am going to blend that up before we add the fragrance because the fragrance thickens the batter a little. All right, just gonna scrape down these edges, get all that batter incorporated. This is the most perfect purple. Add in my secret sauce fragrance oil and scrape that container down. Make sure I get everything in. Seems to be performing reasonably well. Just gonna blend a little. Okay, this is looking gorgeous, rich, creamy, smooth, kind of like the perfect fig jam for a charcuterie board. Speaking of charcuterie, I may have gone down a bit of a rabbit hole while researching this collection. Look, I get hyperfixated, okay? Did I need to film an entire deep dive on sardine packaging? Probably not. Am I teasing something fishy for an upcoming soap design? Maybe. But this got me to thinking, why do I love charcuterie aesthetic and sardine can packaging so much? It's because it's bold, well-designed, and completely unique. And that is exactly why I use Squarespace, the sponsor of today's video, to host the Royal Creative Academy website. Because with Squarespace's design intelligence, you don't have to be a web designer to get a site that actually looks good. Answer a few questions and bam, it builds you a stunning, fully customized website that fits your style and your business. Just like how every charcuterie board needs a good balance of sweet, salty, and crunchy, every website needs the right elements. Beautiful layout, easy navigation, and seamless functionality. And let's say you're an artist or a small business owner, or you just want to display your extensive sardine collection. Squarespace's portfolio pages make it ridiculously easy to showcase your work. Drag, drop, customize. It's like building a charcuterie board, but with pixels instead of cheese. Oh, and if you actually sell services, Squarespace Scheduling lets your customers book appointments, classes, or consultations right through your site. website. No weird email chains, no more "does this time work for you" nonsense. Just click, book, done. So if you've been thinking about finally launching that website, now is the time. Head on over to squarespace.com/royaltysoaps to start your free trial today and use code royaltysoaps to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/royaltysoaps to get yourself a website as well designed as a fancy can of sardines. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring today's video, and back to making that soap. Not fish related, at least not yet. All right, go ahead and pour in. I'm gonna pour into all four corners. Then we will not be returning to this color, so I am gonna scrapey out this honestly huge container. Gonna tap this down. Now let's texture the top a little. It's the perfect consistency to do so. Don't need much, just enough. Oh my gosh, I love it. It smells so good. Let's do the next layer. Okay, for this layer, we're going to do an olive green color. Let's blend it up. You know what? I thought I was gonna do this 2 different colors, and now I don't want to. That is incredibly rare for me, but sometimes it does happen. That is not fully mixed in, but I am choosing to do the rest by hand because the stick blender is just not cutting it. All right, let's pour that on top. Last bit in there, awesome. Now we are going to take some of the mica we used to color the inside and put it all over the top. All right, and then let's texture it ever so gently. Really don't want to move too much. Okay, so I am obsessed with this. I think this looks awesome, and it smells even better. It has literally smelled up my whole studio. This is definitely one of those fragrances that's on the stronger side, and don't let the name fool you. I think people get an idea when you say like fig, they think like figgy jam, like something overly sweet. It's not a sweet smell. It is a touch sweet, but it's mainly kind of like a green smell. It's honestly incredible, and I mean, people love it. It's just hard to describe. All right, let's let it sit for 18 to 24 hours. We'll see if it looks just as good tomorrow as it does today. And we'll come back and slice it all up into loaves after this quick commercial break. Look how beautiful this is the next day. It is simple, but there's beauty in simplicity, as we like to say. The fragrance for this particular soap is very strong. So if you like a strong fragrance, this is the bar for you. Just gonna line this up perfectly with the cutter and press down. And this is what it looks like on the inside, much like what it looks like on the outside. The fragrance is doing heavy lifting on this bar, but I do feel like it is the perfect soap to complete my little 4-part Italian summer series, or charcuterie as we're calling it. Fig does feel very quintessential to like a charcuterie board, a cheese board, that sort of thing, like fig and honey, you know? All right, let's cut another one.
I have a would you rather question.
Let's hear it.
Would you rather have fig flavored toothpaste or just have to eat figs at every meal?
Caleb.
At least 2. At least 2 figs every meal.
That's an awful question.
What makes it great is that it's hard.
Fig toothpaste, then I only have to taste it for 2 minutes. Look at the tops of these bars. Oh my God, they're so pretty. But it doesn't really matter what I think, it matters what they think. So be sure to chime in on this incredibly important question of the day. This one was so much fun. I absolutely love the top design. That olive mica is beautiful. And so let's move on to our next soap, which is Heirloom Tomato. I feel like tomatoes are essential for charcuterie and for Italian summers, specifically tomatoes on a vine. So into this bar, I added some mint leaves, which offer a natural, refreshing scent, pumice powder, which provides a gentle exfoliation, organic tomato juice, which is super super rich in antioxidants, and spinach powder, which is super rich in vitamins A and C. All of these extra ingredients together make a bar that is perfect for all skin types, and the fragrance that we added is my personal favorite for the month. So let's make some heirloom tomato soap. I'm gonna add sodium lactate into my lye water solution. Then I'm gonna mix a little bit of kale and clay into my tomato juice. This is just to break up the kale and clay a little bit. It can be a little bit grainy in soap, so it's nice to mix it up with an oil or some sort of an additive before you put it in. Kind of takes away from the prettiness of the tomato juice, but that's okay. La, 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 la. I'm gonna blend this up just a little bit so that it doesn't all sit on the bottom. And then we're going to add our lye water solution. If you watch a lot of Royalty Soaps content, you can probably tell that the base batter is a little bit redder than usual. It's from the tomato juice. Now I'm gonna pour off half my batter. Using the strength of my grandmothers before me, I'm gonna split the batch in half. All right, I'm gonna wipe down the sides of my big container here since we're getting ready to color everything. Into the big container is going some pumice for mild exfoliation and our red colorant to mimic tomatoes. And into the second container, I'm adding some mint leaves and some organic basil powder with some green oxide. I went ahead and split up my custom fragrance blend so I can add equal amounts to both of our soap buckets. This is a blend of tomato vine, a hint of Italian herbs, and heirloom tomatoes. Tomato is like the top note, so it doesn't smell acidic. It's very herbaceous. I'm gonna blend it up. Now I'm going to make a little special blend here of both the red and the green together. All right, let's pour our slab. Gonna start by pouring in our green layer. Then I'm gonna pour in our red layer, again doing a drop swirl here. Then the green layer again, and the red layer. Then my mix of both. Just gonna kind of plop that around. It's gonna be very swirly, creating some really thin lines. Gonna scrapey out my little container. Now I'm going to take a popsicle stick and I'm going to start pulling the soap just a little bit so that you can see a good mix of our red and green here. I want this to look very natural, not too planned. I'm going to go ahead and spritz the top of this with some rubbing alcohol to protect against soda ash. And then I'm going to let it sit for 18 to 24 hours and we'll come back and we'll take a peek at the inside. The next day, look at the inside. It looks so good. I'm actually really loving the swirl. I think it turned out exactly how I envisioned it would. Worth the extra effort, even though there's only 2 colors in this soap. I'm gonna press down gently. Take out one from the middle here, and this is what it looks like on the inside. You can see there's some bigger drops, there's some really thin wispy pieces in there, and that's from sort of the double swirl that I did in there. This couldn't have turned out better. This is an ideal situation.
Very pretty.
Thank you.
I have some tomato facts.
Great, give me them tomato facts.
We have actually seen, you and I have actually seen the world's largest tomato plant.
Have we?
We have seen it.
In person?
Yeah. Do you know where we were?
Bro, what? Really?
Yeah, really.
Was it at the San Diego Zoo?
No, other coast.
In Florida?
Yeah, where do you think?
Were we at like the zoo in Florida? Or
No.
the butterfly garden?
It is so strange. It's at Epcot.
Nuh-uh.
So their little living with the land
Yes.
boat ride,
Yes.
where they show you everything they're doing with plants.
Yeah.
They have the world's largest tomato plant.
No way.
Yeah, it covers an area that's over 500 square feet.
Bruh.
The tomato tree at Epcot had a 1-year harvest of 32,000 tomatoes. They use them in the park.
In the parks, yeah, like cooking and stuff to serve to get, that looks like a butterfly upside down. Look, here, let's turn it around. Look, that is so cool.
That's great. I have a question of the day.
All right, what is it?
Would you rather have an uncontrollable urge to dramatically shout, "Tomato!" every time someone says the word sauce? Or have your hair permanently styled like a tomato? Like that picture we've all seen.
Oh my gosh. That first one really skates the line of just being like a public nuisance.
Tomato!
But nobody's really hurt by tomato hair, just your pride.
Which one's it gonna be?
I'm gonna go with tomato hair. Wait, but actually that's kind of a public nuisance too, because it's so obnoxious, everyone is gonna look at you.
You'd have to style everything around that.
Yeah, you're also just incredibly distracting. So I'm gonna go with yelling tomato because I feel like people say sauce less. And like me having tomato hair, everyone's bothered by that all the time.
Okay, what if they say...
You can't change it. You cannot change it.
I can.
You do this all the time and everyone hates it.
I can and I will, and everyone loves it. No. If somebody says sauce, you have to say tomato. If somebody says tomato, you have to say sauce.
Fine. I'd still do it.
All right, fair enough.
I feel like the design for this soap is just perfect. It's just enough green, just enough red, and like I said earlier, the fragrance is my favorite. I hope you enjoyed the making video for these two soaps in our charcuterie collection, again launching March 7th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time at royaltysoaps.com. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see the next two soaps in the charcuterie collection, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're looking for more crafty content in the meantime, might I suggest this video. We have a giveaway running for the candles that I made in this video, and the link to enter is down below. That giveaway closes on the charcuterie release day, so go ahead and enter now. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Do something fun for yourself today, whether it's cooking up a new recipe or maybe trying out a new pasta type. I don't really care what you do, just do something for you. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye for now. Meow.